Hello, good and precious people. How are you doing, YouTube family? I hope you're doing fine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we document diverse moments of life, all the way from the little moments to the great and wonderful moments to the most random moments. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by, and make sure you subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post a new video. And to my returning subscribers, we are back in the kitchen today. Thank you for always coming back to support your girl. Today we are doing something different. You're not outdoors, we are indoors. This is where this YouTube channel started. This is how it all started, in the kitchen, because I love baking actually. I love doing what I do in the kitchen. I'm not the perfect, but to just cut the long story short, we are baking today. So let's get into it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. So when you're baking, the first thing you have to do is make sure your baking tin, in this case, actually, did I mention that today we are using the most basic things to do our baking? Like this, what you can see here is what everyone can literally afford in their homes, if I'm not wrong, or most of the people can. So you have to have your baking tin ready, greased and dusted, like you can see here. We don't have a baking tin right now, but we have a nice sufuria that we'll be using to bake today. It's already well greased and dusted. And our butter, this is Prestige margarine, what do I say? Prestige, okay, but I use that to substitute salted butter actually. So I have like some grams of 350 grams of butter, which is Prestige. I have sugar, which is like 200 grams, and 400 grams of self-raising flour. I have lemon juice, some lemon juice here, like 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and also a whole tablespoon of a whole tablespoon of lemon zest, and eggs. And I'll be using lemon essence and vanilla essence. And then I think that's all we need for baking today. So we'll get into it. So literally, I'll start by softening my butter. So as I told you, we'll be using everything that we've sourced locally. Starting with our cooking stick, that's what I'll use to soften our butter a bit before I add in the sugar. Actually, I just need this butter to soften to a point that when I start mixing my eggs in, it will be easier to mix them actually, because when it's hard, it's kind of hard to mix in your eggs. Add in our sugar. If you're in an African home and you don't have these things, my guys, you're missing out. Yeah, this is what we use literally. I know everyone has one of these in their home, so I just mix in my sugar and keep on stirring. and mixing things out. Until this butter and sugar is soft enough, we won't stop mixing. So after like a whole hot minute of mixing this, you can see it's a bit softer than it was. And now we can start adding in our eggs one by one. I think by the end of this video, you'll be able to tell me how many eggs you saw me mixing in. So as I told you guys earlier, everything I'm using today is what can be found in a normal local kitchen, even in my grandma's kitchen, you know. So this version of baking is actually a version everyone can relate with. If you have been wanting to bake and maybe you're thinking you need like fancy stuff and all that, if you have the fancy stuff, yes, it makes life easier. But either ways, it doesn't mean that if you don't have them, you can't enjoy a good homemade cake. You can really enjoy a good homemade cake either ways, if you have the stuff or if you don't. So this is us right now, still whisking. My hand is on fire right now, but I'm still here. Giving it a good mix. And before I told you it was a lemon and vanilla cake. That's what we're making today. So in this mixture, I can comfortably add in my lemon zest, a bit of my lemon zest, because the other one I'll be using on some batch, on another batch. Still giving it a good mix. And then to my vanilla, I love vanilla so much. If you have been to this channel before, you'll know that. And so, just a second, I think this is not open yet. I think I'll fix that in a minute. If you have been to this channel before, you'll know I love vanilla essence so much. So I'll use like 2 teaspoons. We have different measurement of teaspoons. This is 1, the second one, and then just one for the lemon essence. This is actually lemon and lime essence, and then I'll use one from this also. Then the rest of the lemon juice and zest, I'll use it on half the batch and give it a good mix also. So as you can see, all those ingredients are set and good to go. Now we add in our self-raising flour and we sieve it first. This is our sieve. I'll add it in 3 batches actually. And guys, I want you to notice something here. The way I'll be mixing it is not the same way I have been mixing the rest of the batter. I'll be folding it in. And then one more thing, I didn't use salt because if you will use batter that is not salted, you can use a bit of salt, like a pinch of salt, or half a teaspoon of salt. But in my case, I didn't use salt because I used salted butter. As you can see right now, I am folding in the flour. I am not mixing the way I was mixing before. I'm just folding it in gently until I get the right consistency. Then I'll add the next batch. And I'm folding it in also in one direction. So I'm folding it in a clockwise motion. Actually, is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Either ways, in a clockwise motion, yeah. Last batch. See, steadily but sure we have gotten the right consistency of our dough. This is what I wanted. So if you're not careful at this point, if you taste this dough, you'll end up eating it all and having no cake at the end of the day. So I'll just scrape everything off of this. At this point, I wanted part of my dough to be green in color, so I'll actually utilize the utensils that I have here and just use this. I'll use this actually to separate some of my dough and make it green in color, like a quarter way of the dough. As you can see, it's so smooth. It's not dough actually, it's butter. Why am I saying dough? Like quarter of my butter. Actually, here is our jiko. This is where we'll be cooking our cake from. As you can see, it's already ready. The fire is on. What do we say? The charcoal is lit. Either ways. We had to improvise our oven. Let me see. Oh, that's okay. Since we had to improvise our oven, I had to look for some stones so that I can put them inside this sufuria. I want it to preheat for like 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'll do, I'll put some stones here so they can hold our, what do you call it? Our baking tin, our improvised baking tin. So after putting those stones there, I'm sure our sufuria will be held not at the bottom of the sufuria to avoid the cake getting burnt. So it will be raised a bit from the bottom of the sufuria. And then we have another one, which you make sure your covering lid or tin covers the whole circumference of the lower sufuria. So that's what we've done here. So I'll just leave this to preheat for like 5 to 10 minutes as we finish up on the cake. A bit of green food color. You can use the liquid one, whichever food color you prefer. I'm just using a bit to my preference. And we give that a good mix. But still, we are not just mixing it, we are folding in the butter. As you can see, I'm just folding in the butter until the color is evenly distributed. So as you can see right now, our butter is green and the color is evenly distributed to my hands also. So we start putting our butter in our baking tin. I'll do it in portions actually. So we are back to our oven. It has preheated for like 6-7 minutes to now, and it's pretty hot. So I'll just use a wet. Oopsie! I'll use a wet. And as you can see the inside, that's the situation inside. And here goes our butter. I'm really careful so that I don't get my fingers burnt at this point, because the outer sufuria is so hot. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So at this point, our cake will take like 40 to 45 minutes to be ready, but our first check will be at 30 minutes exact. So I'll set my timer at 30 minutes, first stop, then give it 10 more minutes. If it will be okay in 30 minutes, that's okay, but I'm giving it a maximum of 45 minutes. So this is exactly 40 minutes later after putting our cake here. So as you can see, it looks ready, and I have a toothpick. You can use a skewer to taste this. It's a toothpick or a skewer to taste this. You just insert it. If it comes out clean with a bit of crumbs, as you can see, I don't know if this, yeah, with a bit of crumbs, it means that this cake is ready. Yeah, literally I'm testing all the sides and it seems quite ready to me. So what I'll do, we'll just get the cake off. So I forgot to show you guys how I got the cake from the sufuria, but this is me. This is me wanting to frost it right now, but I'm just waiting for it to cool like completely. You can see the inside. It's nicely cooked and dense in the inside, and you can see the pattern that we were trying to make the other time. I only got 2 pieces from this piece. This is the density of this piece, and this is the density of this piece. So I'll only have 2 layers of this cake, and it's moist. I don't know if you can see that. It's super moist and yummy too, because I've already done the peeling and I felt the taste. It's rich in taste, it's flavorful and moist. So I'm thinking of wetting the inside with milk, but it's super moist, so I don't think that's needed. So this is it, guys. Let me start the frosting part. I'll show you a little clip of how I made my buttercream at home, but that will be in the next video. Make sure you don't miss out on the next video of how to make buttercream at home. Finally guys, this is the end product of today's project. If you liked it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And for the buttercream, the homemade buttercream video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that when I post it, you'll be the first one to get notified and learn how to make your own buttercream at home using the most basic available ingredients. Thank you for watching guys. We have come to the end of this video. Bye. See you next time.